Stop over! It's time for another episode of Stop The reason why I'm Mr. Superior is because my reviews are the superior reviews. My lists are the definitive lists. My opinions are the correct opinions. I noticed that Iron Maiden's coming out with a new album. Well, I didn't notice that. What I noticed is that, see, I just made an error. But remember, when superior reviews makes an error, it's still right. I'm still correct. I'm never ever wrong, even when I make a mistake. The world actually changes its molecular components to make me right. So no matter what, I'm always right, even when I'm wrong, even when I make a mistake. But anyway, I noticed that a lot of reviewers are doing the discography of Iron Maiden or re-reviewing it in celebration of Iron Maiden coming out with a new album. So of course the superior reviews is superior to everyone, and I'm not going to sit there and re-review a 15-minute review for each album. Superior Reviews decided to review all their albums in one short video. I'm just going to say a few words about each album, and it'll be the definitive review. So we're going to start with Iron Maiden, and I'm just going to rattle them off, guys. The first album. I mean, it reads like a greatest hits. It really has such great songs on it. Even though it's the Paul Di'Anno era, there are some major classic songs on this album. It was the template for their golden years. They had a longish, heavier song like Running Free. They had short, catchy songs, and they had an epic. This kind of formula would repeat itself in the golden years. Notice Killers doesn't do this format. Also, they play a lot of it live. They don't do all the songs live in one concert, but since I've been seeing them live, I think 86 was the first concert I saw, they've done a different song from this album on every tour. Phantom of the Opera, Prowler, Running Free. Even though Downfall hates Running Free, it's a classic song. The song Iron Maiden, which I hate and is repetitive, but it's a classic Iron Maiden song. Sanctuary, and of course, Remember Tomorrow. I'm probably missing one or two in there, but it truly reads like a greatest hits set list, as a greatest hits album. Now I have Killers here, which is an extremely overrated album by Iron Maiden fans. They have this, I think it's because they love the cover. I mean, the cover art's great, but the cover art never matched what's inside. All these songs are throwaways, or most of these songs are throwaways from the first album. So, really we have a bunch of leftovers. It lacks an epic. It's just not that great of an album. It's not cohesive. The first three songs are great. The way the album starts is awesome. Then it kind of power slaves and falls off a cliff or hits a brick wall or comes to a screeching halt. And then when we flip the album over, we have the song Killers, which is definitely great. find that really heavy metal thrash fans always like Killer's the best. Yeah. But like I always say, you gotta dance with who brought you, okay? Bruce brought you. All right? We love mostly the Bruce Dickinson albums. And no offense to Blaze, no offense to Paul, but liking Killers, which is their second album, the best, that's implying that they have never grown or got better from Killers. And that's just false. I don't care about your opinion. What I just stated is a fact. If you think Killers is their best album, it means they've never grown since their second album. Yet they got Bruce Dickinson and achieved their most success, greatest songs, most epic songs ever. So you're wrong. Killers is never done live. They hardly ever do anything from Killers live. So again, what I'm saying is fact. Purgatory and Drifter are great songs. Otherwise, the album is half crap, half good.
Another time, another place. Another smile, another face. When you see me floating up beside you, get the feeling that all my love's inside of you.
Woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil sends the beast with wrath, because he knows the time is short. Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number is 666.
Number of the Beast is the reason why we love Iron Maiden. You gotta give it its dap. Sure, Gangland's a little clunky. It opens with Invaders, which was a huge mistake. But the epic songs on it, The Prisoner, Children of the Damned, Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, Hallowed Be Thy Name, are 10s.
Somebody please tell me that I'm dreaming. It's not easy to stop from screaming. My words escape me when I'm trying to speak. Tears forward, why am I crying? After all, I'm not afraid of dying. Don't I believe that there never is an end?
They're all 10s all the way through. They're done pretty much at every Iron Maiden concert. I remember being at the Seventh Son of the Seventh Son tour at the show, and they broke into The Prisoner. We were like, in our glory that they were doing The Prisoner. Plus, of course, they did Hallowed Be Thy Name, Number of the Beast, and Run to the Hills. They didn't do Children of the Damned, but they've done Children of the Damned on other tours.
Now I'm prisoner, I'm a free man, and my blood is my own.
It is an epic album. The cover art's epic. It's Bruce Dickinson's debut. It is the voice of Iron Maiden. It's what represents Iron Maiden. If someone asked me, hey, I want to get into Iron Maiden, what should I listen to? I would hand them Number of the Beast. Then we have Peace of Mind. I remember getting this album pretty much when it came out. Unfortunately, the band kind of ignores this album. The Trooper is probably one of their most famous catchy songs. Flight of Icarus, I think, is one of their best short catchy songs. And also, I think Where Eagles Dare is their best opening track on any album. The drum opening is just awesome. Right there, it takes you in. Probably one of the few Iron Maiden albums that hits you with 6 songs in a row that can be done live. From the opening track to Still Life, the album does not slow down. Then of course we have the goofy Quest for Fire, which is definitely terrible. When he gets all high pitched, it's just horrible. And it's a joke and it's annoying and everyone hates the song. Then we have Sun and Steel, which again is a hidden gem. The chorus of that is so catchy and so rocking, and Bruce's doubled and tripled voice on it is powerful and epic. Really, give Sun and Steel another chance. That chorus is worth it. Trust me, guys, I'm Superior Reviews.
Sunlight falling on your steel. Death in life is your ideal. Life is like a wave.
Then we have the overrated epic of Tame a Land. This is where Harris and his goofy lyrics kind of takes away from things. And if you don't listen to music for lyrics, let me prove you wrong. If the lyrics don't matter, then why aren't we always listening to only instrumental music? Instrumental music is probably 0.0000001% of the music we listen to. Most of the music we listen to has lyrics. And if you're missing out on the lyrics, you're an idiot. Okay? The lyrics absolutely take away from this song. It's goofy. Steve Harris sometimes has a problem where a lot of times he doesn't have this problem, like say Number of the Beast, Passion Gal. So yeah, most of the times he writes brilliant lyrics, but sometimes he just has, where he's just too exact. He like rips the lines right from the book, and it just doesn't sound good. Now we have Powerslave, which is probably Iron Maiden's most overrated album. And let me tell you something, guys. Overrated does not mean bad. Look it up in the dictionary, okay? Overrated means it gets too much credit than it deserves. This album is great, but it came out during the height of the heavy metal era in America, and it really launched Iron Maiden. It has a lot of fake fans that like this album, and I can spot a fake fan right away. If you like this album, number one, you're obviously a fake fan. Now, there are bands like Rush where their most famous album could be their best, and that would be Moving Pictures. It doesn't necessarily mean you're a fake fan if you do like their best album, but in this case, you are. First of all, the album takes a screeching halt at the instrumental and doesn't pick back up until Powerslave, the song Powerslave. Now, I love Back in the Village, but most people hate it, so use your own argument against it, okay? Four songs in a row kind of aren't that good, and they've never been done live. And the only one of them that's been done live is Lost for Words, which was done live on a limited basis. Lost for Words is by far their worst instrumental. And then in the middle of those four bad songs, you have two songs in the middle of it. So you have a bad section within the bad section, and both of these songs, they're back to back on the album, and they're about the same exact subject matter, sword fighting. It's not even saying that it's the theme of the album, not even if it's a concept album. It's not like they wrote two songs about Egypt, where that kind of fit the theme of the album. No, they wrote two songs back to back about sword fighting. If you look on the internet, if you look it up, if you look on blogs, not one person likes both of them. They either love one and hate the other. No one seems to like Back in the Village, which I really like. And Lost for Words really sounds like a song that you just remove the vocal track from. It's not that interesting of an instrumental. So that leaves us with four songs that are truly epic. Aces High, 2 Minutes to Midnight, Powerslave, and of course, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. I have no doubt that those songs are not awesome, but half of the album really sucks, and half the album's really great. I don't know how anyone can't see that. Somewhere in Time. Great album. Now, when it first came out, I was a little taken back. It didn't have the Iron Maiden sound that I grew up with, but it's a more elevated sound. They took their sound and elevated it and added more layers to it. My only problem with this album is the song Deja Vu, which I don't hate. It's a Dave Murray song, of course, which is always the worst song on the album. I don't hate the song. And then Alexander the Great, the epic. Musically, Alexander the Great is phenomenal. I love the music, but again, Steve Harris with his way too exact lyrics really ruined it. And some people are like, it's a history lesson. Dude, as far as I remember, history class was boring. But sitting there listening to someone telling you what a song means is kind of boring. And the lyrics just don't flow well. They don't jive. They're jagged and disjointed. He went here. He was born here. He walked over here. Macedonia. I mean, it's just horrible. It really takes away from the song.
There's the food, defeat the blood pressure. The Syrian soul, but the limited candies. They need to go to the President King as well. And he found in the city, called Alexandria.
The hidden gem on this album is Sea of Madness. Just listen to the end. When they do the chorus in a different way, God. Sea of Madness is one of the most underrated Iron Maiden songs ever. Give it a listen. You'll be thanking Superior Reviews. Great album. The sound is awesome, the production, the songwriting, great album. So right now, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son is my third favorite album. It's a concept album. It is brilliant. It's great from start to finish. Weakest song is The Prophecy, which again I think is a Dave Murray song. Everything else on this album is just stellar. Can I Play With Madness? It's a great song, but let's face it, it's kind of the hit single off the song. It's kind of let's follow the formula of Somewhere in Time and make a new Wasted Years. But it's a great song.
Can I play with madness? The puppet stared at his crystal ball. Can I play with madness? There's no vision there at all.
I would say every song is at least 9 out of 10, and except for The Prophecy, which is like a 7 out of 10. So this album is probably the most consistent album. I wouldn't show this to an aspiring Iron Maiden fan first, but I would show it to them a teensy bit down the road. This album's so great, and it's known as one of the best albums ever. True Iron Maiden fans pretty much rank Seventh Son of a Seventh Son within the top 3. Then we got No Prayer for the Dying and Fear of the Dark. These two albums are very, very strange. I'm an American, as you can tell. In America, Iron Maiden kind of went downhill. People did not want this, they associated everything with the hairband thing. Iron Maiden, of course, was not a hairband. They're a progressive, hard rock metal act. Their music is very complex compared to Motley Crue, Rat. Nothing against Motley Crue, Rat, Guns N' Roses, but they were all in that hairband era that Iron Maiden did gain a certain amount of American popularity through. When that bubble burst, No Prayer for the Dying came out. No Prayer for the Dying does have some problems. First of all, it has Eddie breaking out of a coffin. Alright, he's breaking out of a coffin. Didn't we have that done already on Live After Death? Second of all, they have a song called Tail Gunner. Didn't we already have a song called Aces High? And American people, the way we're Bieberized is if you're not to the lowest common denominator, people are going to dismiss you. And Iron Maiden didn't drop to the lowest common denominator. So in the United States, No Prayer for the Dying was a huge, huge failure. Iron Maiden pretty much dropped off the map. By the way, I'm not a Janet Gears fan either. I wish they'd just fire that guitar slinging moron. I hate him. He's so annoying, jumping around on stage. I sometimes wonder if his guitar's even plugged in. I don't think it's plugged in. I've watched a lot of live shows with him, and he's supposedly playing stuff on certain parts of the neck, and his hand is in a different part of the neck while he's flipping the guitar around. He's annoying. With saying that, I didn't give it a good chance in 1990 when it came out. I was like, I kind of followed the herd on that. Plus, I wasn't really as into heavy metal. I was more into Rush, Pink Floyd. I was getting into the new alternative music that was coming out at the time. So for No Prayer for the Dying, I didn't give it a proper chance. As I got older and I listened to it, it really is excellent. Cover to cover, it's got a lot of catchy songs. I don't know why it didn't do better in America, because it really wasn't that much of a progressive album. It was more of a, as far as Iron Maiden could be, pop-ish. It has some hooks, very hooky song, and it's got Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter.
Bring your daughter to the slaughter.
Also, a lot of the songs on it are very catchy, short, to the point. Like I just previously mentioned, it lacks an epic. Although Mother Russia is epic-esque, but it's not that long. They could have made it longer and it would have been the epic, but they didn't. The production is also a little lower. Sounds a little more, lower in quality. Sounds a little raw. I really do like the album, and over the years, this album has proven to be solid. Nothing wrong with making a catchy, good album. Fear of the Dark. This was kind of billed in America as Iron Maiden's return to form. You know, it had the cool album cover, the spooky album cover. They try to get back into the American public by appealing to the lowest common denominator. I think this album is terribly and criminally underrated. It truly is a great album. Has a ton of great Iron Maiden material on it. And if you guys can't see that, well, there's just something major wrong with you. I think from cover to cover is great. Be Quick or Be Dead, From Here to Eternity, Afraid to Shoot Strangers, Fear is the Key is okay, Childhood's End is awesome, Wasting Love, their little ballady song. I love The Fugitive. There are some weak moments on it. You know, people hate The Apparition. There's some songs that people just don't like on it. Fear of the Dark, of course, is an epic song with the epic at the end that has become one of their more famous epic songs. The song Judas Be My Guide is a hitting gem on it. Great, great song. There isn't a bad song on it. Everything is very entertaining and very interesting on it.
The situation with the guys has always been very good, with the other people in the band. I've always had a good relationship with them and still do. And I think they understand that what I want to do in terms of music is probably going to be a bit too broad to be covered by Iron Maiden. There's a lot of things in Maiden that you can't do because you're in Iron Maiden and because we have a core audience that's you know, pretty conservative about its musical tastes. You don't want to upset people for the sake of it. So I figured that it would be better for me to leave the band and go off and explore all kinds of other areas of music.
I fucking told you! I fucking told you! Right, I fucking told you! Can you see? Can you see who he fucking is? Get him! Fucking get him! Can you see him? Can you see? Kill him! Fucking get him! Get him! Fucking get him! Oh, here he is! Here's the fucker that's skinner thing! Fucking kill him! Hey, come on! I'm fucking killing myself! Fuck off! Fuck off! You fucking motherfucker! I'll fucking kill you! Anyone else? Anyone else?
The X Factor. This is an epic album. This album, from start to finish, truly has very few weak points. And the ironic thing is, I don't think this album would be as good with Bruce. I think some of the serious nature would come off as a little comic or goofy with Bruce singing it. It just wouldn't have been as good with Bruce. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Superior Reviews never apologizes. Sorry that you can't see it. That's what I meant to say. Sorry that you're an idiot. This album truly does not have a weak point on it. I mean, we're starting from, the first track, Sign of the Cross, Lord of the Flies, Man on the Edge is awesome. Fortunes of War is such a methodical, plotting song. It's just so awesome. 2 AM, which people see as the weakest song, is a great song. Everything on this album is great. I am begging you to really look at this album again, because it just makes you look like Iron Maiden rookies by not liking it. It makes you look like Bruce Dickinson fanboys. It makes you look like you have no idea what you're talking about. Most of the fan base likes this album now. The whole Blaze hating thing is done. No one really hates Blaze anymore. Hating Blaze is like, shows your Iron Maiden rookiness. Yeah, it's easy to hate Blaze. The guy's a cool guy, and it really hurt him that he was so hated, like hurt him personally. Guy did nothing wrong to anybody. He tried to do a good job, and he did an excellent job on the X Factor, an excellent job. So give the guy a break, okay? You're just showing your ignorance and you're hating for it. If you're gonna hate somebody, hate people who don't like Superior Reviews. And understand, I am Superior Reviews, the greatest reviewer ever. Anyone who discounts the Blaze Bailey era, you're an idiot. Virtual 11 kind of makes what I said about X Factor make me look wrong, because this album isn't that strong, and it kind of gives the Blaze haters some fodder, but really it's good. It's not their best album, it's among their worst, but it's still really good. There's some great songs on it. So the best song on this album is obviously The Klansman. Worst song, no surprise, Angel and the Gambler is probably Iron Maiden's worst song in their entire catalog.
Don't you think I'm a savior? Don't you think I could save you? Don't you think I could save your life? Don't you think I'm a savior? Don't you think I could save you? Don't you think I could save your life? Don't you think I'm a savior? Don't you think I could save you? Don't you think I could save your life? Don't you think I'm a savior? Don't you think I could save you? Don't you think I could save your life? Don't you think I'm a savior? Don't you think I could save you? Don't you think I could save your life? Don't you think I'm a savior? Don't you think I could save you? Don't you think I could save your life?
You need to shut the fuck up!
The cover art is just terrible. The virtual reality never took off anyway, and it just looks stupid anyway, and the soccer themes or whatever, it's just stupid. Again, they kind of did the same No Prayer for the Dying thing. They have a not so strong album with a bad album cover, and people didn't like Blaze to begin with. You know, they kind of knew they were ending with the Blaze Bailey era, and they needed to change direction. But the more I listen to the album, the more I like it.
Iron Maiden, man!
Hello.
You're my third favourite band!
Are you really?
No, seriously, after Saxon and Aerosmith, you guys are just pure evil, mate! Pure evil! Hey, listen, you are a god. You're not one of those silly Greek gods. You're like one of those Indian gods, you know, without arms and all that sort of stuff. No, listen, I love you. I saw you here in Donington in 1991. Do you remember me? I was the guy that jumped up on stage and asked you to sign my breast. The security got me and gave me a right kicking. No, serious. Here, look. I've got a metal plate in my head and I lost a testicle.
How you got your teeth?
It was worth it, mate. It was worth it just to meet you. You are the best. I love you. You should have got your hair cut. You should never have got your hair cut. You're not evil. I'm evil. I sold my soul to rock and roll.
Take my heart and set it free. Carried forward by the waves. Nowhere left to run. Navigate a sun. Chasing rainbows all my days.
Now we have Brave New World. I actually really love this album, and it's grown on me more and more over the years. When I first bought it, I was so happy that Bruce and Adrian were back. This album wouldn't be worshipped as much if it wasn't for the return of Adrian Smith and Bruce Dickinson. The first 5 songs just grabbed me from the beginning. Even though out of those first 5 songs, I think 4 of them have complete chorus retardation, where they just repeat the chorus over and over and over.
A brave new world. And a brave new world. A brave new world. And a brave new world.
I still love the album, and I wound up through the years liking the later songs more. For example, Dream of Mirrors, Out of the Silent Planet, and The Thin Line between love and hate. I mean, these have become really classic songs from Iron Maiden, and they're very well known. I mean, you can YouTube them and you'll see people doing covers of them. I mean, they're really great songs. They also have the song The Nomad on it, which is an epic. The problem is the chorus retardation, and I believe this was kind of a start over for Iron Maiden. So to say they haven't grown since Brave New World is kind of like with Killers, where I can't rank this any higher because they have gotten better. Probably if I was going to say there's a hidden gem amongst the albums, it would be Dance of Death. Dance of Death is an underrated album. Oh, this is the typical you judge the book by its cover. First of all, I don't think the cover is that bad. People really overdo it, but yeah, okay, it's not the greatest. I'm not going to sit there and argue with you. And if I wanted to argue with you, I'd win. Okay, so it's pointless. But I'm going to let it go and say Dance of Death isn't that great of a cover. But again, I love the red background, I like the different characters in it, things are going on. Yeah, there's mistakes, but whatever. Maybe those mistakes are on purpose, They say they're not. They say they chose the wrong cover or something, but whatever. But Dance of Death has two really, really catchy songs on it that a lot of people don't like, but they don't understand Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden has a formula that works for them. They usually put a very long epic on a song, or even more than one. In this case, they have 3 awesome long epics. And then they have a short, catchy song, like Flight of Icarus or Run to the Hills. Then they have a longer, catchy song that isn't an epic, but something like Number of the Beast or Where Eagles Dare or Revelations, where it's not a 3-minute song, more of a 5-minute song, a 6-minute song, but it's catchy. And Dance of Death hits on all those points more than once. For example, they have 3 epics, and I'll do them in order of worst to first, even though none of the epics are bad. No More Lies. Awesome epic. If you haven't listened to it, you're an idiot. Then we have this epic Dance of Death. And probably one of the best songs Iron Maiden has ever written, Passioned Out. I would definitely put Passioned Out in my top 10 Iron Maiden songs. And if you don't, you're wrong and you're an idiot. The first 2 songs, Wildest Dreams and Rainmaker, I'm not really a huge fan of, but I know they're kind of the hit songs on the album. So, I do give it credit because the world likes it. So, hey, they're good songs in their own way. Now we have the song that I love that so many people hate, Gates of Tomorrow. And along with that, Age of Innocence. I find those 2 songs to be incredibly catchy. They're rocky.
And all the politicians and their hollow promises, and all the lies, deceit, and shame that goes with it.
It almost reminds me of their new single that came out, guys. Everyone's worshiping the new single, but guys, Age of Tomorrow and Gates of Tomorrow and Age of Innocence have that old time Iron Maiden feel to it. So I don't get a lot of you Iron Maiden fans that are like, oh, I wish they'd do like an older sounding song. Well, they kind of did with their new release. It is kind of an older throwback song. But so are these 2 songs. And you can't see that you are an idiot. A Matter of Life and Death is probably their progressive genius album. Some people say me and Downfall overrate this album, and yeah, there aren't any weak points on the album. This is kind of the X Factor with Bruce Dickinson. It's a darker album. Now, if I'm going to make any point about it that's bad, is the fact that a lot of the songs do start the same way. They kind of start with this slow intro and then get heavy. Alright, so they do that. There's only a certain amount of ways you can do a song, guys. You know what I mean? The album is very long, and I think it might have done better if you took the last 2 songs off and compacted a little. Even though I hate removing songs from albums. I'm saying that for other people's sake. When they go, oh, they should have taken this song off the album. What? Then you don't get to hear it. I don't understand why you want to fork over more money to buy like an extra CD of throwaways or something. I don't understand why people say that. Like, physical graffiti, they should have gotten rid of half the songs. Why? So you'd have to buy a $300 box set to get it? I don't understand that. As far as an album, as far as being smoother and more compact, it is a longer album. I think this would have actually been a double album, and it definitely would have been a double LP. The best song is the Reincarnation of Benjamin Bragg, no surprise.
Why should these curses be laid upon me? I won't be forgiven till I can break free.
Truly is a great album. Every song on it rules. If you don't like this album, you are an idiot. The biggest idiot ever if you don't like this album.
That is one big pile of shit.
Final Frontier. I think it's the weakest of the return of Bruce and Adrian. I think the Eddie looks stupid. I only like 3 or 4 songs off it. The rest are just okay. I think it's by far the worst album. Worst song, Isle of Avalon. Kind of just goes on and on.
I can hear them floating on the wind. Immortal souls, they're weeping silently.
El Dorado, they released that as like the first single. I just never thought it was that great. I never was into it. When I first heard it, like, oh, a new Iron Maiden album's coming out, and that came out, I was like, it's not that good.
Iron Maiden's coming out with a new album, The Book of Souls.
Not just any ordinary album. It's a double 92-minute long album.
Here is the cell of a man. Here in this place for the taking. Clothed in white, stand in the light. Here is the soul of a man.
Has released some disturbing news today. They stated that vocalist Bruce Dickinson has been diagnosed with cancer and has already undergone 7 weeks of treatment. The cause is a cancerous tumor on the back of his
News
tongue.
was announced on the iconic heavy metal band's website and social media accounts on Thursday.
Clearly, with this news, I mean, I would think that any Maiden activity is on
We were
hold.
all, blown away when we heard the news.
Time to speak with the shame on again.
I want everyone to wish Bruce Dickinson
Conjure
health and
the
happiness,
jester
man. Bruce, get well soon, buddy.
Black dog in the ruins is howling my name. So here is the soul of a man.
Hey, it's gone, so see, I'm all right.
I'm gonna prove how superior I am, because I'm reviewing Iron Maiden's new album, Book of Souls. You're probably asking yourself, wait a minute, the album hasn't come out yet. Yeah, I know, but I'm so superior, and I know Iron Maiden so well that I can review the album without even hearing it. So here it goes. First of all, the artwork is pretty cool, but Eddie has this classic look, so we're good with that. The production of it is awesome. You know me, I'm meats and potatoes. The production's either great or it sucks. The lineup of this album, well, it still has Yannick Gears, so it can never be perfect with that jerk in the band. I can't stand it. Again, I'm Superior Reviews, and I'm doing an album review without even hearing the album. And it will be so perfect and so precise that I would say, just watch my review, don't even listen to the album. After hearing my review, the album will automatically be inputted into your brain. We have a bunch of songs here on this album, there's 11, and it's a double album. One, we have half the album, or more, I think seven out of the 11 songs have a songwriting credit that goes to Dickinson or Adrian Smith. Now, don't point out that Somewhere in Time is great without a Dickinson writing credit. Hey, that's true. But if you look at the three big albums, Powerslave, Somewhere in Time, and Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, it had a lot of Adrian Smith and Bruce Dickinson writing on it. And that helped soften Steve Harris's harsh style. Steve Harris, one, his lyrics are always way too exact. Where Bruce Dickinson and Adrian Smith, they're a little more interpretive. So that softens it a little. Also, the writing style has a little, from Adrian Smith and Bruce Dickinson, has a little bit more catchiness, radio friendly, and again, I'm overusing this word, but it's a little softer. They're able to have a little more progressive edge. They're still heavy metal, but I feel that, I know that, Adrian Smith and Bruce Dickinson writing style actually appeals to more of the masses than Steve Harris. Even though Steve Harris is the main guy behind Iron Maiden, he's very harsh in his writing style. His lyrics are very exact, and his music is more towards the heavy metal, galloping. You need to be into Maiden to really appreciate Steve Harris. I love the guy, but the fact that they're able to mix in a lot of Adrian Smith and a lot of Bruce Dickinson on this album, I have a feeling that that's really going to appeal to a lot more people and soften things up and have a lot more radio friendliness to it. So let's go by the track listen. If Eternity Should Fail, it's written by Bruce Dickinson alone. I have a feeling this is going to have a Powerslave vibe to it because he wrote that alone, but I don't feel it. I know it. It's going to open up strong, fast, and heavy. And it's going to be very upbeat and have lyrics that aren't exactly what he's talking about. The next song is Speed of Light, which is an Adrian Smith, Bruce Dickinson song. It's upbeat, it's quick, it's fast-paced, it's got lyrics that aren't exactly about something, word for word. Then we have The Great Unknown, which is an Adrian Smith, Steve Harris song. This song is very interesting. It's got a very good progressive edge to it. The lyrics are a bit exact. We know exactly what it's about, the great unknown, and he talks about the black abyss and walking into it. We know Steve Harris is going to talk about it word for word, and at least that song has a catchy edge to it and a progressive edge to it because Adrian Smith is involved in it. But Steve Harris extends it and makes this more of a progressive epic. Then we have The Red and the Black, which is written solely by Steve Harris. This song is exactly like To Tame a Lamb and Alexander the Great, where it's very progressive, the music is really good, but his lyrics are ripped from the pages of The Red and the Black, whatever The Red and the Black is, which I already know, because I'm Superior Reviews. Then we have When the River Runs Deep, which is an Adrian Smith, Steve Harris song. And this, again, is going to have better lyrics, and the music's going to be very progressive, and the song is going to be very methodical the whole way through. I cannot believe they named the album after a Janet Gears written song. Janet Gears and Steve Harris wrote the song, and it sucks, because Janet Gears sucks! So this song sucks, and I can't believe they named the album after it. And Janet Gears, there's not enough words that I can say bad about him. Then we get on to the next disc, And the first song on it is Death and Glory, which again is an Adrian Smith, Bruce Dickinson song, which they decide to start another album with. So, Iron Maiden's going to have to choose what they're going to start off with. I guess they'll start their live shows off with If Eternity Shall Fail. But who knows, they could do Death and Glory. These two songs, the two openers that I mentioned, are fast, furious, progressive, and have a good commercial edge to it, where the lyrics are soft enough where it doesn't feel like you're reading a textbook. Oh, and by the way, there are no songs about sword fighting on this album, and there's no songs that are about the same thing, back to back, on the weakest part. Yes, I repeat, no sword fighting songs on this album. Then we have Shadows of the Valley. It's a Janet Gears, Steve Harris song. It sucks, because Janet Gears sucks. Then we have Tears of a Clown, and yes, it's kind of a lame title. I'm going to take that from Downfall. It's a Steve Harris, Adrian Smith composition, and Steve Harris makes Bruce Dickinson sing Tears of a Clown over and over and over again. It's, again, chorus retardation. Empire of the Clouds, which is a Bruce Dickinson pen song, and it's 18 minutes or maybe even more, maybe it's around 20 minutes, I forget. It is epic in every way. This song is one of Iron Maiden's greatest songs ever. Guys, that's my review of Iron Maiden. That's my definitive review of Iron Maiden's new album, Book of Souls. Yes, you heard it from Superior Reviews first. It is an epic, epic album. You heard it from Superior Reviews first because he's superior. He knows everything. Guys, I reviewed this album before it came out. That's how great I am. All you other reviewers out there, you couldn't do that. And let me tell you, when it comes out and you listen to it, compare it to my review. It'll be exactly how I said it. And you know what? I'm going to review it after the album comes out. I don't know why I'm bothering. I'm going to review it word for word how I did, because I am right. Everything I say is right. Everything I say is superior. Everything I say is definitive. So you heard it from me first, okay? And I can't wait for you to hear the album, because you're going to say to everybody, don't even buy the album. Just listen to Superior Reviews' review on it. It'll automatically implant the music in your head. I'm superior! This is the definitive list. I am Superior Reviews. Whatever I say goes. And if you can't deal with this, please write a comment down so we can have how wrong you are in writing. I would like for you to put a comment down, and I'd love it even more if you disagreed with me, because then I have proof of what an idiot you are.